Good evening, everyone. My name is Badri. Tonight, we as a team of Ilios, Badri Rai, Adrian Washington, and Tracy Stanton, we present you the achievement of our company and what we have been doing from years. Like to proudly tell you that we have not disappointed you all. Let's look at our annual net revenues. And as you can see from the graph, each year we have been growing our business. We have been earning more money so far. So in year 6, we have our annual net revenue was $402,259, whereas our year 15, it was more than $1 million. So from this, you can see that we have been earning more money from our business, and we have been doing a really good job. And let's talk about our annual earning per share as well. So in year 6, it was $1.09, and in year 15, I'm gonna skip all of this year because we've been growing each year, and our value in our stock has been growing. That's why our year 15 annual earning per share is $21.26. Likewise, our annual return on equity has been growing as well. We as a company's manage to grow our income, generate more income each year. As you can see in year 6, we have generated 7.3% of income, and in year 15, it has been a triple. So it's 65.1% at the end of year 15. As you can see, this is our annual credit rating. We as a company has made our credit worthiness. We have taken some loans, but we have paid them in a timely manner. That's why our credit rating has been growing each year. And as you can see, all of this proves that we have met our investors' expectations, and at the same time, we have satisfied our customers' need and their expectation as well. Now, Adrian.
Hi, thank you. Can you skip the slide, please? All right,
Yes.
thank you. So, year 6, starting out, this was like our first initial entry into the industry of sorry, not marketing, of AC cameras and drones. So the year in stock price was really a team effort on all of our parts because before this we didn't really have any experience with the Globus program. So at first we started off with simulation relatively in like a good place as we didn't rank in last even then in the global industry in the global yearly industry report we were ranked around third. So through that process we kind of tried stuff out to see like what stuff worked for our stock price, what stuff gave our stock price some weight. So we figured out that things that affected our stock price was like our prices, how much we marketed in certain regions. Through that, we were able to identify like which regions were giving us back the most feedback and the most profit. We identified Europe, Africa, and North America as the two regions that were really contributing to our stock price and our EPS. So through that, we kind of pushed more growth. We kind of pushed more growth towards marketing those regions, and through that, we were able to have the strongest. We were able to have the strongest EPS for years 12, 14, and 15, respectively. Image rating. Image rating can be seen as like a unique area because like there are a lot of different things that go into image rating from how the public views you to the amount of R&D you can put into production to the amount of effort you put into producing the actual material. We used our base knowledge again as a substitute for the practical knowledge in the application at the beginning of the project for our budget towards R&D we contributed like a significant amount towards R&D in the beginning. So the overall product or AC cameras and or drones were able to have like a solid image rating going forward. And we always made sure this is on part due to help from Tracy Stenson to make sure we had a corporate responsibility to the community because in the beginning I did not want to contribute as much as we did, but it overall helped the company to maintain a strong image rating going forward into competition, which resulted in us tying for first place. Our image rating was ranked first for the top in the 3 years. This is due to our corporate responsibility being average, not the best, not the lowest, but average. And we were able to maintain the top three position for the rest of the competition. Reasons why our fluctuating image rating can be seen is that currency rates and prices, because sometimes as we raise our prices to match the product we produced, certain regions wouldn't purchase them as much. So like weak regions where we are already soft in like Asia Pacific and Latin America, we would see sales drop there, but we see sales price increase in North America and Europe, Africa. So from there we kind of just adjusted at like a nice level where our image rating wasn't too high. So we wouldn't have to spend so much on so we wouldn't have to spend so much on making the product especially perfect, but still good in a good enough range for those people in those regions can afford the product. At the same time, we can offer the same product to people that are willing to pay more for it. We didn't decrease. Oh, thank you. All right. Our continued goal is to be the best, most quality, trusted brand in the industry when it comes to our UAV and AV cameras, as we constantly strive to improve and be the best in the industry. So from the beginning, we always try to make sure our AV cameras always had like the best because as it can be seen from sales, we started out making the most from AV cameras, but it shifted later on between the years of 10 and 15 where drones started contributing the most towards our profit. So we always tried to make sure our drones were always the best quality. We always put the best products in. We always made sure like if we didn't put anything into like product development for the AV cameras, we always made sure to put like a little bit more into the drone R&D. Same time, I'll also put some more marketing effort into the drones as it can be seen. We try to increase our cash cow so we could have more revenue coming into the business so we could overall improve the AV cameras as well. S- The performance target over the next 2 years. For the next 2 years, sorry. Um, EPS for year 16, 22.4, and and EPS for year 17, 23.22. Second. All right. As it can be seen, we have always surpassed our expectations in what our EPS and what our ROE is. This is because we maintain a relatively level, relatively level and keep our expectations towards standards that are realistic as with every year everything's changing depending on the exchange rate and the prices we put our products on, everything can change. So we always make sure to like put it at like a bare minimum of at least 1 to 2 points above. So everything from our ROE to our credit rating to our image rating maintains like a solid rating of either going up or maintaining its current place. As can be seen, as our credit rating remains an A throughout year 16 and year 17, as we did owe loans, but we did have enough income and revenue to pay them back, and our ROE can be seen to be an all-time growth as we maintained the strongest ROE in the business up to the point of sorry, we didn't maintain the strongest. We were third place in strongest rated ROE, but strongest in stock price overall for our shares. So we just try to maintain like a constant rate of that going forward. All right. Our strategy, competitive strategy in action captured cameras and UAV drones. Our strategy has evolved from what it was previously as we adopted the global differentiation strategy for years 9 to 11. It can be seen now that we have adopted a more diverse approach where we have a combination of all strategies to give us a more diverse look at the industry with how things may change, such as foreign industry exchange rates, and as we focus on making a quality product that can be afforded by the middle class and people of the lower class, targeting the segments that are shown to be receiving most of the wages. From a search I did on the internet, it can be seen that through the years of 2010 to 2022, the range of people that received the most of the economy's money was the working class. So we mainly tried to target this class as the people that receive the most money and spend the most money out of the lower, upper, and middle class. So we just tried to make like a mixture of sorts. So global differentiation was a part of this as we tried to make the best product for the best price. And then we also included other factors such as best image rating at times. We just never kept it stagnant. We just always shifted around so we could offer the best components for the best pricing to our customers.
All right, so this is our production strategy. Production strategy lies and relies more on our inventory control method that we have implemented that notifies us when the stock is below a certain point. We actually have that in place globally, not just in one location, so that we declare as at the safety point. So we start production and let stock be refreshed to the point we no longer run the risk of being understocked or overstocked. And that way we don't have a supplemental supply, which also, if a lot of people don't buy the product, then we're stuck with a warehouse full of drones and cameras that we are not selling. We also would have to reduce the price, which actually would cut into our profits as well. The finance strategy now lies in leveraging low interest loans over a period of time to buy back shares with outstanding for the company. I think that actually helped us a lot during the Globus challenges. Actually, we were trying to buy back a lot of our shares that were out there. I think that increased our revenue a lot. This method is used as a way to utilize the company's high credit rating and get back some of our shares while improving our product and marketing strategies as well. So we tried to target at the beginning. We did sell a lot of our stock at the very beginning, but then we noticed looking at how Globus was set up, the more we brought back, the more our credit rating increased as well, and our profits or revenue increased. So we tried to target that as well during the Globus challenge. Strongest, closest competitors last year listed on a scale from highest to lowest. It was going back and forth. We were looking at Be Brave when we first started this competition. They were very close to us. Adventure Tech was good and Click Tech, but we kept watch of the competition as we were doing the challenges, just to see what changes they had as well as what we needed to do in order to get to actually get above those. I think with doing that comparison, it actually helped us as if we watched what they were doing and what they were selling their shares or what they were selling their product, that it helped us kind of navigate on what we need to do to make sure our products were staying within range of the competition. So actions we would take to outcompete the competition. So the actions that we would use was actually upping quality of material. So we already have a great product, but we can always make it better. So no matter where we're at, even if we're a number one competition, we always want to do a lot of our research as far as enhancing the quality of the UAV drones and the cameras. We also want to make sure we still keep special discounts because we are targeting low and middle class consumers. We also want to make sure we do still keep the special discounts in place. So this actually will help loyal customers, or giving maybe possibly throwing in a loyalty program that may have returning consumers come back to us and help us outcompete our competition even more. Then we also have more marketing in areas we fall short on. So overall, any places or locations that we're falling short on, we like to do more marketing in those areas. Doing more marketing doesn't hurt and will bring us consumers, that may not know our brand. There may be a demographic that we need to reach out or focus on. We already focus on low and middle class already, but we can also reach out people who are in a higher class as well, to still bring them as consumers with us as consumers also. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. So also we would like to focus on R&D. So we always focus on research and development, and that keeps us ahead of our competition and ahead of our game. In the world of consumers, things always change. Whenever you have something like cameras and drones, technology changes on a daily basis. So we always want to keep ahead of that by doing research and development to keep us ahead of our competitors. Lessons learned during this competition or during this project. One thing is time management, making sure we have enough time to manage and execute a plan that would be successful, and making sure the product is delivered properly to the public while still earning our revenue. So with a group of the three of us, we had to balance act our schedules with work and everything that we got going on in life, and still make sure that we were able to sit down and go over our figures and go over our research to make sure that we stayed at number one. And I think we did a pretty good job, even though it was a balancing act. So the second thing is teamwork skills. So in our group, we actually have acknowledged each other's strengths and have used that to actually build a team that came in number one for Globus. Adrian is a financial wizard. He is very good with the numbers. I'm going to shout him out for that. He's very good as far as analyzing things and breaking it down to me and Bahardi so that we understand it as well. So we kind of, had his eyesight on that. Bahardi has used her expertise in our presentation and research. And me, of course, I actually help with wording in our research as well as marketing. So we each have individual strengths that we built on in order to make sure that we stayed ahead. The next thing that we would like to learn is analyzing financial statements. Again, I did say that Adrian's pretty good at that. I think as a team, me personally, I would actually like to be a little bit more stronger in that, but that is a big part of business, is that we got to make sure that the numbers are correct. And knowing financial statements and knowing what to not or when to invest is a good part of that as well. I think earlier on I said that we had to buy back some of our shares because we kind of learned later on that was helping our revenue, instead of having those sold and not knowing that part of the business. We kind of, took a little while to learn it, but we got there. So we went over our numbers, and sometimes it takes us hours over the phone. We went over those numbers constantly, but we wanted to make sure Ilios comes up on top of our competitors. Utilizing Excel for charts and graphs is another lesson learned. Part of our papers that was given to us, our assignments, has been taking the info from Globus and making charts and graphs to our papers. So learning how to do that is also lessons that we wanted to add in there for learning. In marketing strategies. So Ilios has had to figure out marketing strategies to make our company number one. So we developed a plan to cater to low income and middle class families with pricing and product. And we kept the idea in our minds the whole time, and it worked. As long as we kept our prices so that it still was affordable to our competitors, and we would need to tweak anything around that, but that was the main focus of our project, and that's what got us to the number one position.